What's up guys, Boss here, and I'm back with another YouTube video, and this time we're going to try to get to 7,000 trophies. I'm currently 23rd in the world right now. We're most likely 2 games away, and we're using what in my opinion is the best giant deck in the game right now. I think this deck will make a comeback this season because Skeleton Dragons got nerfed, and I feel like Skeleton Dragons were really good versus this deck in general against the Night Witch. And also, the only thing in this deck that ended up getting a nerf was the Heal Spirit, which is a very small, insignificant nerf. It's still a really incredible card, and of course the Fisherman is great to pull away things, get king activations, and maybe they have like a P.E.K.K.A. or something like that, so you can pull away the P.E.K.K.A. And then Miner, of course, is great for sniping things such as Musketeers, or other things they use to defend your, your giant pushes, or you can even get Tower Chip with it. So I went on a pretty good win streak here, winning my last 3 games, lost 1, but then before that won 3 as well. So things have been going pretty well for me, and we're going to see if we can get 7K. Before we get into the first game, if you guys want to support me, you can use my creator code BOSS. Help support me, help support the channel. You can use it in any Supercell game, and it means a lot, all of you guys who do use my code. Alright, so let's go ahead and search for the first game. And as you guys can see, the chat is on because I was ending up, I was streaming at the time of this, so I decided I might as well record because I didn't want you guys on YouTube to miss the push to 7K. So hopefully we can find these games relatively quick, and also fingers crossed that we don't play someone so much lower than us, because then we'll only get 20 trophies or something like that, which would be kind of unfortunate. Alright, so we found a game here. Not sure who this guy is or what he's using, but I guess we'll find out. Okay, so we'll give him the good luck and see what he wants to do. Okay, he's going to have Flying Machine, so it probably is a Lava Hound deck, but it could also be maybe a Royal Hog deck, something Fireball Bait, I would say. Okay, so he's going to have a Giant Skeleton, not really sure what this is. It's something a little bit off meta, but yeah, he might have clones, so we gotta watch out for that. And then he has Cannon card as well. So I'm just gonna let that lock on and giant in the back. I think we're up a lot of elixir. That's why I decided to not defend that and let it lock on. So if I'm not mistaken, we're probably up, 1 or 2. And now we have, he just spent 6 elixir. So we should be able to overwhelm him here. Ooh, it sucks the Heal Spirit didn't end up healing the Giant. It healed the wrong thing. But I don't think it's going to matter too much because, oh wait, are we even going to take the tower right now? Alright, I think we already won. Like I said, he was so aggressive with the Skeleton Barrel and Clone that he didn't have any elixir to defend, so I think we pretty much already won. We just have to play defense the rest of this game. But you can see the Night Witch was super annoying for him. It forced out arrows as well. But yeah, I don't think this will be too difficult to defend just because we have Ewis for the Skeleton Barrel, and we also have Log for the Skeleton Barrel as well, and then Fireball, of course, for the Barbarians. So let's have Ewis at the ready. He might go for another clone. So yeah, I'm glad I waited because had I played it too soon, of course, he would have ended up, the clone Skeleton Barrel would have probably done so much damage on my tower. So I'm glad I waited a little bit. Okay, wow, this game, not gonna lie, we kind of destroyed him. I wasn't expecting this game to be as easy as it was. I don't know if we even necessarily counter him really hard or anything like that. I think he might have just messed up a little bit in the beginning, and that is the main reason why he lost, just because of how aggressive he was. But also I think overall it's fairly easy just because we have a lot of good responses to his Skeleton Barrels. We have Fisherman to pull away the Giant Skeleton. But yeah, it's GG. Really, really easy first game. 2 crowns off him super easily. And let's see where that puts us at. Yeah, so we're 20th in the world right now, 1 game away from 7,000 trophies. So chat's kind of going nuts right now, and we'll see if we can win one more, get to 7K, and then from there I'll decide if I want to play one more game or if I want to go over a couple replays showing you guys how to beat maybe Expo, Lugbait, which are really popular in this meta, and even Lava Hound, because as I explained to you guys in the last video, if you remember, just to show you guys how much Expo there is. Number 2 in the world using Expo, number 4 in the world using Expo, and number 8 in the world using Expo. So even though it's a good matchup, it's still good for me to show you guys how you want to play. Alright guys, so we finally found our second game versus Anaban. Took about 25 minutes of searching, but we finally got a game. We'll just log, not really sure what he's using. I mean, uses a few different things occasionally, but he could be using the Anaban deck. Nah, he's got a Miner. I think I'm in a Giant. He's got Miner, Ice Wizard. Not entirely sure yet what this is. Okay, nice. So he's using RG Bomb Tower. We don't know what his spell is yet, but maybe he has Earthquake. But yeah, overall this deck is fairly off meta. Don't see it too much in the meta. Let me just Giant again, because his RG's out of cycle. And we'll see how he wants to defend this. I think I'm going to, again, have Fisherman at the ready, but this time we'll play it on the left side so it doesn't lock on the Bomb Tower this time. But he ends up playing the Bomb Tower in the middle this time anyway. So it's still going to distract it. Okay, let's go for an Ewiz and a Heal Spirit. Okay, so yeah, his spell is Earthquake. Well, let's see if we can find a way to get around this Baby Dragon, because I think of all the things in this matchup, that's going to be the most frustrating for us, because of course the Baby Dragon does really good versus the Night Witch. Okay, so nice Fireball. And the Heal Spirit's going to heal everything as well. Hopefully this Miner goes down. Nice, let's go. He's forced to Earthquake, so I think we have this one, guys. And if we do win this game, we do end up getting 7K. So let's see. Yeah, we won. Let's go, guys. So pretty good matchup. He's favoring the good luck. He's pissed, obviously. I think he was trying to snipe an Expo player, because you can see he had Earthquake in his deck. So we get 7K with pretty much no trouble whatsoever. I mean, both of those games were pretty easy. Not too bad like of a matchup at all, and wasn't too difficult. So I think I'm going to go for one more game, because we only played 2 games, and it would be too short to have a video of 2 games. So I'm going to go for one more game. Win or loss, and then after that I'll show replays, and that will, I think, be it to get a new best finish. But I'll of course try to go for number 2 or number 1 if I can. I'm just saying at least top 3 is my goal. Okay, here we go, guys. So we found this is going to be my last live game. So we found a game versus Nocturne. Okay, so he has a Knight, Hopefully he doesn't have Graveyard, because if he does, this is going to be pretty difficult. Okay, so he has... Or Splash Yard, I mean, but if he has another Graveyard deck, it's okay, I think. Okay, so yeah, I don't think he has Tornado, so we can Miner in the back, because... if he has... Oh, wow, Barbarian. So he's got Lava. Interesting Lava deck with Knight. Okay, we defended, but I think he's up so much Elixir, so we gotta be careful. I think he has... He's up like 5, probably. Maybe 4 only, but he's for sure up Elixir, so we gotta watch out. Or 3 only, maybe? Okay, so 3, not too bad. Not as bad as I thought, but still a little annoying. I think we can Night Witch same lane as the Lava, because he doesn't have a Balloon in cycle. We got to try to cycle to another Fireball to take out the Skeleton Dragons. I think it's gonna be GG, unfortunately. Because of how low we were on Elixir, it was so difficult to defend that. But I guess we can set up for another Giant in the back. Yeah, it's gonna be tough to break through. I think we should Fisherman with this push. Try to just overwhelm him. But I don't think... we're going to be able to make it happen. We get a little bit of damage, but it's not going to be enough, I don't think. We have time for one more push, I think. So we'll see if we can make something happen. Okay, here we go. So... No, so close, unfortunately. So that's going to be the last live game. We were so close to coming back, but unfortunately we couldn't get it. And we actually lost 45. I've never lost 45 trophies before. That's a new record. The most I've ever lost before is 44. So I've never lost 45. But, yeah, that was rough. I'm going to show this replay because... this shows you how to play against Logbait, and Logbait has been used a lot in this meta. So I'll speed it up 2 times in single. And then, in double, slow it down. But essentially, I don't like playing any Giants in single Elixir because the Inferno is almost impossible to break through. So I just Giant in the back. But I don't like going in really aggressively. Like, I don't support the Giant at all. I just Giant by itself, so then the Inferno doesn't get any more value than it deserves. But I just overall play pretty passively until double and triple Elixir. You know, you can see cycling my support cards, like, you know, the E-Wizzes and stuff like that, logs on the barrels. And then when I finally get to double Elixir, I can start playing Giants again. So I'll slow it down here, and you'll see what happens is I basically overwhelm him a ton in double and triple Elixir. I go for a Heal Spirit, trying to see if he would Princess at the bridge. And this Giant push still doesn't do anything, even though it is double, and I have more Elixir to support it. It's still really difficult to break through the Inferno, so I'm making sure I'm playing the Night Witches in the opposite lane because I don't want him to rocket the weaker tower. And then I just log the barrels, making sure I'm always trying to keep up with my cycles so I don't have to fireball the Goblin barrels or go for you know, an E-Wiz or a Night Witch on top of them, because that's just a lot of elixir spent, and I'd ideally want to be able to log it. So once again, barely able to get the log down. And then I think this is where it was where I defend this, and then I go for a giant in the back, and he spends more elixir here, and he's down quite a lot. I fireball the princess, and then I think after I defend this knight, I go for a giant. Yeah, I go for the giant in the back, knowing I have a fisherman down. It's safe to do that. Like, he won't go for a princess at the bridge, or he won't go for a goblin gang or anything like that. And then I Night Witch as well, and then he gets a little greedy here. I think, or sorry, it's not this Night Witch he rockets. I think it's the next one. And that is when you'll see me, I completely overwhelm him. And there's just not much he could do after he rocketed the Night Witch. So you always got to take advantage of elixir advantages with this deck, because if someone rockets the Night Witch, you still have the bats alive supporting it. So you pretty much, if they rocket your Night Witch, you just go all out at that point and overwhelm them. And you can see Cycle's a little awkward here. He's forced to go for a princess. And this is when I knew that we were going to overwhelm him with this push, because we were forcing him to play cards he didn't want to, and it was getting harder for him to defend my giant pushes. But you can see he gets really greedy, rockets my Night Witch, and after he does that, he's not going to have enough elixir to defend this. He goes for another Inferno. It's going to do a nice job of taking out one of the giants, but because I already have another one down, it's going to allow me to break through, and that's exactly what you want to do. You want to try to, in double and triple elixir, cycle a couple giants, because you have one giant tanking for the other, and then my miner's barely able to get enough damage on the tower to put me in fireball log range, and that's going to be a nice win there versus log bait. Kind of shows you guys what you want to do. And I think I'll also show one last game, and we'll call the video there. So first I'll show my ranking. We end 22nd, and had I ended up winning that last game, we would have been, I think, top 10. So it really sucks we lost it, and we lost so many trophies. But again, we got so unlucky not being able to take his tower there. So I'll go over one more game, just this lava one, to show you guys how to play versus Lava Hound, which I don't think is a horrible matchup, even though you saw me in the game I played lose it. I think I lost because I was a little bit thrown off with what he was using. I didn't realize he had Lava Hound because he had the Knight in his deck. I thought at first he was using Graveyard. But you're going to see in this match, I do a good job of overwhelming him really early on in the game. But essentially the way you want to play it is Giant in the opposite lane of the Lava Hound, and it's really difficult for them to defend your Giant pushes because they're committing 7 elixir into the opposite lane of your push. So that's exactly what I do here. I fireball his Skeleton Dragons. He has no elixir, so I just go for a miner as well on the King Tower. So then that way he has nothing to support his Lava Hound push. And I take out over half of his King Tower here, so I know that I'm for sure this match going to go for the 3 crown. And then from this point on, it was really easy. I can slow it down here because we're getting to, there we go, to double elixir. But really there's not much more to show here. We already got such a big lead, and that's how you want to play the matchup. I don't think Lava Hound's a matchup you're going to win every time. I think a lot of it has to do with cycle and, you know, making sure you're in the correct cycle, identifying its lava early on. But I think that, like you saw here, it's not too hard to beat, especially if they don't have Fireball. And, of course, you have the E-Wiz for their Inferno Drag. So that was a nice 3 crown there. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to like the video if you guys enjoyed it. Subscribe if not subscribed already. And let me know if you guys want to see me use this Giant deck in another video again. I think it's going to be really solid in the meta because, as I mentioned, the Skeleton Dragons did get nerfed. And I think overall they did pretty well against this deck, especially against the Night Witch. So yeah, thanks again. Until next time, guys, and I hope you guys enjoyed the chat in the background too. I don't normally record videos when I was streaming, but this was kind of an exception. Alright, bye guys.